Hello, hey, what's up, people? How's it going with everybody? It's me back again. I thought I'll make a video, connect with the guys. Uh, I was at my place, just chilling, late Friday night. So, yeah, uh, we are in fourth week of April, 2026. It's late Friday night at my end. Yeah, I thought I'll make a video, connect with the guys, put it on YouTube. That's what the plan is. Yeah. In my previous YouTube videos, what I did was uh, I read about Mahavir Jayanti, I read about Buddha Purnima, Gautam Buddha, I read about uh, Vaisakhi. Yeah. Uh, I also read about Easter and Good Friday in my previous YouTube videos. Yeah. Easter, Good Friday, Mahavir Jayanti, Vaisakhi, uh, Buddha Purnima. So, uh, that's what these were the topics that we covered. These were the subjects that I was reading about in my previous YouTube videos. Uh, uh, that's how some of my YouTube videos has been like. Uh, so far so good, not so bad. Um, we also read about geopolitics. We also read about geopolitics, all the headlines, what's going on with West Asia war these days. Uh, so we have uh, Indian Premier League going on. As far cricket is concerned, a lot of matches going on. Tomorrow is Saturday. We have Delhi's match in the afternoon, so it's gonna be fun. We're somewhere in the middle of the table. I'm sure we can make it in top four from here. Why not? I wish all the luck to other teams as well. Yeah, it's not that easy to compete at such a big level. Oh, we are in fourth week of April 2026. It's late Friday night at my end right now. I'll connect with the guys, make a video, put it on YouTube. Oh, so all is good with me, guys. All is good. Same old. I haven't seen the movie for a long time. This is the latest update about myself I can give. I haven't seen the movie for a long time. Like neither have watched any movie on Netflix or neither I went out for a big screen experience. Yeah. Lately, I didn't even saw Naruto. I covered like I watched like first five seasons of Naruto. That was fun pie. But then I started watching that as well, long time ago. So I have zero screen time. When talking about series and movies. TV series and movies. So, these days for a change, I go out for a evening walk. I go out for an evening walk for a change these days. Oh, so, uh, mm, all is good with me, guys. Same old, same old. Oh, you know. In this video, I thought I'll read some of the headlines from geopolitics. So we have recorded 4 minutes of video so far, not so bad. So if we have commercial coming up, I'll have to skip it. So uh, we'll work. We'll have to like have it taken care of. Everything. So what I'll do is I'll read about. Let me put the camera. Yeah. Again. So what I'll do is I'll read some of the headlines from geopolitics section, like all the updates. This is what it says. One of the headlines says, "Make a deal or die. Trump's Iran playbook takes dark turn." Make a deal or die. Trump's Iran playbook takes dark turn. US President orders to shoot and kill Iranian boats laying mines in Hormuz. US President orders to shoot and kill Iranian boats laying mines in Hormuz. Yeah, this update is from Washington. More details says this is what Iran speaker says. No internal rift. We are together. And then we have a picture. It says mourners hold the portraits of Lebanese journalist killed in an airstrike in the country's south. During her funeral procession, Lebanon accused Israel of committing a war crime with Khalil's killing. The Israel army said it is reviewing the incident. Okay, let's read another headline. This is what it says. Iran takes seized ships to port. Nations check on seafarers' safety. I'll read it again. Iran takes seized ships to port. Nations check on seafarers' safety. Another headline, hackers steal $2.5 million from Lankan Finance Ministry. This update is from Colombo, from Sri Lanka. 10 killed in mining project in Balochistan, as per report. 10 killed in mining project in Balochistan, as per report from Quetta. European Union approves $106 billion loan package to help Ukraine. European Union approves $106 billion loan package to help Ukraine. Trump reclassifies state licensed medical marijuana as a less dangerous drug. Trump reclassifies state licensed medical marijuana as a less dangerous drug. The order represents a major policy shift for the US government, which has continued its long standing marijuana prohibition even as nearly all the states have approved cannabis use in some form. Iran defies US blockade to claim toll. Iran defies US blockade to claim toll. Weeks after US Army chief was asked to leave, Navy Secretary resigns. Weeks after US Army chief was asked to leave, Navy Secretary resigns. Top military sackings in Trump 2.0 edition. Randy George, US Army Chief of Staff. Defense Secretary fires him without citing a reason. And we have more details about four more guys, about top military sackings in Trump 2.0 edition. We have this guy who is chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff. Then we have Lieutenant General. Then we have another general. Then we have admiral. US Army Chief of Staff. Hey guys, Just a sec, I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Accidentally pressed wrong buttons on the keyboard, so I had to fix it real quick. So yeah, we were reading about all the guys in the military who were sacked in Trump's 2.0 edition. Yeah. So let's keep it going, guys. What do we have? Yeah, I think that's all the headlines from geopolitics section today. We have a quotation. Let's read that quotation. This is why it says, "Perplexity is the beginning of knowledge." Perplexity is the beginning of knowledge. Khalil Gibran. Yeah, that's about all the headlines from geopolitics section, guys. So we also have birthday of Rabindranath Tagore coming up in second week of May. So I thought I'll read about Rabindranath Tagore from encyclopedia. uh, so this is what I'll do. I'll start reading about this great figure, this legendary figure. This is what it says. I'll read few paragraphs, because we have a lot of fucking details. I can't keep it going forever. You have to understand that as well. So we good. Let's keep it going. Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath, yeah, Rabindranath Tagore, also known by his pseudonym Bhanusima, was a Bengali polymath, poet, writer, playwright, composer, philosopher, social reformer, and painter of the Bengal Renaissance period. In 1930, Tagore became the first Asian to win a Nobel Prize in any category and also the first lyricist and non European to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. A significant molder of culture within the Indian subcontinent, he wrote and composed the national anthems of India and Bangladesh. He reshaped Bengali literature and music as well as Indian art with contextual modernism in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. He was the author of the profoundly sensitive, fresh, and beautiful poetry of Gitanjali. Tagore's poetic songs were viewed as spiritual and mercurial. His elegant prose and magical poetry were widely popular in Indian subcontinent. He was a fellow of the Royal Asiatic Society, referred to as the Bard of Bengal. Tagore was known by, let's skip it, guys. Very complicated names. Yeah, so I just gave a couple of paragraphs to read, small paragraphs to read. This is what further says about this guy, this legendary figure. Uh, we have a picture, we have a portrait of Rabindranath Tagore from 1926. Portrait is from 1926, yeah. Uh, so about occupations, This is why it says he was a poet, novelist, playwright, essayist, composer, painter, philosopher, social reformer, educationist, linguist, grammarian. He won Nobel Prize in Literature in year 1913. So I'm gonna skip over a lot of paragraphs. Let's see what I can talk about. So allow me a moment, guys. Okay, this is what it says about Rabindranath Tagore's travels. It says between 1878 and 1932, Tagore set foot in more than 30 countries on 5 continents. In 1912, he took a sheaf of his translated works to England, where they gained attention from missionary and Gandhi protege Charles Andrews, Irish poet William Yeats, yeah, and others. Yeats wrote the preface to the English translation of Gitanjali. Andrews joined Tagore at Shantiniketan. In November 1912, Tagore began touring the United States and the United Kingdom, staying in Butterton, Staffordshire, with Andrews' clergyman friends. From May 1916 until April 1917, he lectured in Japan and the United States. He denounced nationalism. His essay, Nationalism in India, was scorned and praised. It was admired by Romain Rolland and other pacifists. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, we get. This is where we were. Shortly after returning home, the 63-year-old Tagore accepted an invitation from the Peruvian government. He traveled to Mexico. Each government pledged 100,000 US dollar to his school to commemorate the visits. A week after his November 1924 arrival in Argentina, and El Tagore shifted to Villa at the behest of Victoria. He left for home in January 1925. In May 1926, Tagore reached Naples. The next day, he met Mussolini in Rome. Their warm, rapid ended with Tagore pronounced upon Deus fascist finest. Yeah, let's skip these some of the sentences, guys. On November 20, in November 26, in November 1926, Tagore arrived in Hungary and spent some time on the shore of Lake Balaton in the city, recovering from the heart problems at the sanitarium. He planted a tree, and a bust statue was replaced there. And a bust statue was replaced there in 1956, a gift from the Indian government. The work of Resithan Kasher replaced by newly gifted statue in 2005. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's skip some of the sentences. Further says on July 1927, Tagore and two companions began a 4 month tour of Southeast Asia. They visited Bali, Java, Kuala Lumpur, Malacca, Penang, Siam, and Singapore. Yeah, these are all his travel details. We have more information, but I'll skip it and we'll just keep it going further. This is about his work. It says known mostly for his poetry. Tagore wrote novels, essays, and short. Tagore wrote novels, essays, short stories, travelogues, dramas, and thousands of songs. Of Tagore's prose, his short stories are perhaps the most highly regarded. He is indeed credited with originating the Bengali language version of the genre. His works are frequently noted for their rhythmic, optimistic, and lyrical nature. Such stories mostly borrow from the lives of common people. Tagore's non-fiction grappled with history, linguistics, and spirituality. He wrote autobiographies. His brief chat with Einstein, note on the nature of reality, is included as an appendix to the letter. On the occasion of Tagore's 150th birthday, an anthology of the total body of his works is currently being published in Bengali in chronological order. This includes all versions of each work and fills about 80 volumes. In 2011, Harvard University Press collaborated with Visvabharati University to publish the Essential Tagore, the largest anthology of Tagore's works available in English. Philosophy and Religion. An early introduction to Tagore's thoughts for Western readers was written by Radhakrishnan in 1918, who analyzed Tagore's views on philosophy, religion, art, and poetry using Tagore's works available in English up to that time. Yeah, let's keep it going, guys. We have a picture. It says Tagore, host Gandhi, and wife Kasturba at Shantiniketan in 1940. Let's read about his views on politics. Tagore opposed imperialism and supported Indian nationalists, and these views were first revealed in Manast, which was mostly composed in his 20s. Evidence produced during the Hindu German conspiracy trial and later accounts affirm his awareness of the Gadarites and stated that he sought the support of Japanese Prime Minister. Yet he lampooned the Swadeshi movement. He rebuked it in the cult of the Charkha, an acrid 1925 essay. According to Amartya Sen, Tagore rebelled against strongly nationalist forms of the independence movement and he wanted to assert India's right to be independent without denying the importance of what India could learn from abroad. He urged the masses to avoid victimology and instead seek self help and education, and he saw the presence of British administration as a political symptom of our social disease. He maintained that even for those at the extremes of poverty, there can be no question of blind revolution. Preferable to it was a steady and purposeful education. Such views enraged many. He escaped assassination and only narrowly by Indian expatriates during his stay in San Francisco Hotel in late 1916. The plot failed when his would-be assassin fell into an argument. Tagore wrote songs lionizing the Indian independence movement. Yeah, these were all his political views, guys. Yeah, these are all the details, guys, about Rabindranath Tagore, legendary figure. Oh, so I thought I'll read about Rabindranath Tagore since we have his birthday coming up in second week of May. I thought I'll read about this guy uh, uh, from encyclopedia, we I also read some of the geopolitics. Also read some of the headlines from geopolitics, about what's been happening with the West Asia war, and other updates as well. Yeah. We have recorded 26 minutes of video so far, not so bad, I'll say. So that's what the plan for this video was, that, I'll read about geopolitics, I'll read some of the headlines, and then also I'll start reading about Rabindranath Tagore's. I also read about Rabindranath Tagore, since we have his birthday coming up in second week of May, yeah, and his contributions, to our uh, society, yeah. So that's it for this week. That's it for right now, guys. That's it for right now. I'll probably call it off anytime now. And uh, this will be it, I'll say, for right now. Yeah. So I'll put this video on YouTube and share it with you guys. So bye bye. Have a good one. Love you all and take care.